Telling you guys, being born and raised in Arizona, I'm a little upset with what's going on in Arizona right now. And this is not the type of news that we need coming out of Arizona, but I'm glad this at least got caught now. But Mr. Orange, the Phoenix Suns super fan, just got arrested for allegedly, but it looks pretty freaking damning right now, uh, doing child sex crimes and possibly child sex trafficking. They're looking into these allegations. This guy was not just a super fan of the Phoenix Suns. He was a head basketball coach at Peoria High School. Like, guys, this is concerning as hell. Especially me. I coached JV high school girls basketball at Yonker High School here in Buckeye, Arizona. So this is very crazy in my opinion. This is absolutely insane with what's going on. So we're going to get right into it, guys, and really just dive into why we need to keep the criteria high, and we need to pay teachers the right way to not allow predators into our schools. This is the main reason why people want freedom to choose what school to go to and not just be forced into a public school because it's in the district that you live in. You know what I mean, guys? So we're going to get right into it. But welcome to Get Into the Facts. Happy Thursday. I hope your week's going good. But I hope you've been having a blessed week as well. And again, guys, make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe to that channel if you haven't already. I really do appreciate you guys. And we're going to keep the ball rolling, all right? But let's go right into this first article here. Now, this is from AZ Central. Mr. Orange arrested. Phoenix Suns superfan accused of child sex trafficking. What to know? Phoenix Suns superfan and high school basketball coach 37-year-old Patrick Batillo was recently arrested on child sex trafficking charges along with a teacher when police told Batillo about the criminal investigation into him before officers could confront him. Officials say police arrested Batillo, a boys basketball coach at Peoria High School, who also went by the moniker Mr. Orange at Suns games, after he asked juvenile students to send him images and videos of them performing various sex acts in exchange for money. Police also arrested 46-year-old Holly Holgate, who police say told Batillo about the criminal investigation, thus allowing him to leave the school before officers could contact him. She too was booked into jail on charges of hindering prosecution and failing to report child abuse or neglect. What happened to Mr. Orange? Christopher Babros, a department spokesperson, said police were told about an investigation into Batillo on Tuesday morning after school administrators contacted the school resource officer. Babros said officers arrested Batillo without incident in Goodyear and booked him into the Maricopa County Jail on suspicion of several felony charges, including luring a minor for sexual exploitation and child sex trafficking. What prompted the investigation into Suns superfan? Court documents state that Batillo approached a 16-year-old boy and asked him to send pictures and video of him performing sex acts on himself and his girlfriend, who was also a minor. Documents say Batillo told the boy that he sold similar child pornography to an unknown woman, though the boy later suspected the woman didn't exist and was actually Batillo. The boy confirmed his suspicions when he messaged a Snapchat account Batillo shared, claiming it was the woman's account, and saw Batillo check his phone during a basketball game and start typing, and then saw the alleged woman begin typing a response to the boy, documents state. Officials were later alerted to the incident and began investigating. Documents say Batillo initially agreed to speak with a detective, but quickly invoked his Fifth Amendment rights after the detective asked him about his relationship with children. He was booked into the Maricopa County Jail, where he's being held on a $100,000 bond. And honestly, I don't even think a $100,000 bond is high enough for this situation, guys. That is crazy. Court documents say four students who were all on Batillo's basketball team approached Holgate on Tuesday morning and asked to speak with her before informing her about Batillo asking for nude photos and videos in exchange for money. When Holgate asked for proof of the allegations, one of the students showed her screenshots of the Snapchat conversation they had with Batillo. Documents say Holgate told the student she was going to tell Batillo about the allegations and sent two of the students to the front office and the other two back to the class, despite being mandated to immediately report allegations of sexual misconduct involving minors to school administrators and police. Documents note that Holgate had also received training on helping at-risk children. Obviously, she must have been asleep during that. Freaking dumbass people. I swear to God, this is irritating me. Holgate interrupted Batillo's class and asked him to step outside, where she told him what the student shared with her, as she felt he deserved to know what he was being accused of, documents said. Man, this woman is fucking ridiculous. She needs to go to jail herself. Okay, she really needs to go to jail herself. When officers asked Holgate why she would tell Batillo rather than report the incident to administrators and police, Holgate said it was a hasty decision and felt she had reported the incident by sending 2 of the students to the front office, documents say. How did the school district respond? The Peoria Unified School District released a statement acknowledging the 2 arrests and that it was cooperating with law enforcement. The safety and well-being of our students is paramount, the district said. Should a student need someone to talk about what they are feeling, we will have our social worker and members of our counseling team available. The Peoria Police Department is encouraging those with information in the case to reach out to them through the tip phone line. And I'll give the number since I'm local to Arizona, 623-773-7045, or via email pdtips@peoriaaz.gov. Wow. Are Batillo and Holgate still in jail? Sergeant Monica Bertado, a spokesperson for the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, said Batillo remained in jail as of Thursday morning while Holgate bonded out. Batillo ended an initial appearance hearing where the judge set his bond at $100,000. If bonded out, Batillo would be required to undergo electronic monitoring. He would also be barred from contacting any of the victims, Holgate, or any minors. He would also not be allowed, to use the internet except for work, school, or consulting with this attorney. But I thought he was a teacher. He can't go back to the school. He can't, how can he go back to the school? That's what I want to know, because he's a teacher and a basketball coach. No way. Holgate, whose felony charges are lower classes than Batillo's, had her bond set at $25,000. Holgate would also be under supervised release, but isn't subject to electronic monitoring or restricted internet usage. Guys, this is one of the craziest stories that I've seen from our education system in Arizona. Okay, I know our bar is low for teachers here. We allow teachers' aides to freaking teach in our schools now. Like, it's just very sickening what we're actually allowing in our education system. And it's really pissing me off. And this is why when I have kids, unless this gets fixed by the time my kids get to the age of going to elementary and middle school and going into high school, I'm not going to be sending them to a public school. I would rather go into debt sending them to a private school than sending them to a public school at this point. And I'm not saying private schools are perfect, but Lord baby Jesus, who in their right mind would allow their kid to continue going to Peoria High School? I would not. If my kid was going to Peoria High School right now, they would be out of that school immediately upon me hearing this. This is something where the school should be getting a reprimand to the highest degree. They should be losing some sort of school funding, like maybe not something that's detrimental to the learning of the kids, but maybe like funding that would go to a new football field or, that type of funding. Okay. We don't want to make it worse for the kids that have to go to that school. Okay. But every teacher or every parent that has a kid in that school should be fighting the district tooth and nail and fighting the state tooth and nail for an exemption to get their kid out of that school. This is so disturbing. It's not even funny. And to think that this guy thought he was just so big. He's a freaking teacher and a basketball coach at a high school. He's not making crazy money. Like, he was going to Suns games. That's how everybody knows him. Like, he was such a big face in the NBA, Arizona, the Suns world. Like, everybody knows about Mr. Orange. They might not have known who he was, because I didn't know he was a teacher or a basketball coach at a high school, but everyone knows he's a super fan. This is such a bad look for Arizona in general, okay? And I swear this guy better have been an implant from some other state, because if I find out he's born and raised in Arizona, he needs to get slapped across the face for putting a bad name on our citizens that are born and raised in this beautiful state. Okay? Like, oh my God, this is irritating my soul, guys. Irritating my soul. But let's go to this video clip. I got this news video clip of just the full breakdown. Shows him in the orange jumpsuit. I think everybody needs to see this. And we're just going to take a look here and move on to a little bit more of this topic. All right. So let's see what we got.
He is known by many titles: Peoria High School basketball coach, school volunteer, the Suns superfan, Mr. Orange at basketball games. But tonight, his latest title is MCSO inmate. Patrick Batillo is accused of child sex crimes. ABC 15's Patrick Hayes is following up with police tonight, the school district, and community members who are trying to come to grips with the arrest of a man known by so many.
2 Peoria High School employees have been arrested, including varsity basketball coach and Suns superfan Patrick Batillo, also known as Mr. Orange.
Good morning, Patrick Batillo, 121586.
Wearing an orange jumpsuit Wednesday in his initial court appearance.
We send our kids to school all the time and we want them to be safe. They're spending hours a day with these teachers who are in positions of trust.
Batillo is accused of using Snapchat to contact a male student and offer them money in exchange for sexually explicit videos and pictures.
When this stuff comes out, these horrible acts and, soliciting kids for photographs and for videos, it's absolutely disgusting and shouldn't be out there.
Erica Coleman has a son that goes to Peoria High School, and she was shocked by the news.
I don't really know, and I don't know the coach, but the crazy thing is I was trying to push him to play basketball because I played when I was a kid. Just given the area and knowing the school, I wouldn't see something like this happening.
Police also arrested teacher Holly Holgate. According to police, one of the victims told her about the inappropriate messages, but instead of reporting the allegations to the school, she told Batillo, and he left campus.
That's alarming. You have people doing things they shouldn't be doing, and then you have others covering it up. So, what else can you find? Who else is doing something wrong?
We did reach out to the district to ask them what they knew and when they learned it. They tell us both employees had up-to-date background checks. They also sent us a statement that reads in part, quote, "We are working to ensure that those who may have been victimized receive the space and care they need, and we are cooperating with Peoria Police Department on their investigation," end quote. Now a judge is giving Batillo a $100,000 secured bond. They say if he posts that, he does have to wear an ankle monitor. Now police tell me this is an ongoing investigation and they're working to find if there are any more victims out there. Now if you have any information, you're asked to contact the police. Reporting in Peoria, Patrick Hayes, ABC 15, Arizona.
Wow, guys. I just can't believe this, and this is why we need good people all across the country need to start waking the hell up and speaking up for the things that we're allowing in society. Oh, whoops. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. So, to be honest, we really need to, because this is what's happening. The degradation of our schools. Our kids are getting exploited, or at least trying to get exploited. Who knows how long this guy's been doing this shit. Okay, and excuse my language, but I think this kind of deserves a little bit of language right now. Okay, the good people in this country need to wake the hell up and start getting involved in your children's schools. Like, I'm really not looking forward to being a parent because I'm probably going to get arrested. Like, the fact of the matter is what they are allowing in the schools, pushing with the LGBT curriculum in the schools, and then finding out all these teachers are coming out having sexual relations and child sex trafficking allegations and all this stuff. This isn't the only person. There's women teachers, a good amount. And even I just found this out, guys. In my city, in Buckeye, where I live, okay, there were 3 teachers within 1 year that got caught with having sexual relations with minors. And they were all women. All women. And we're not even going to get into it, okay? But it is absolutely crazy. We're going to get into that article, okay? But this is something that we need to really open our eyes about, and we need to just start being vocal. We need to take care of the kids of our community. They do not need to have something like this happening. Okay? There's already enough crap going on in society that's making things really bad for them going into possibly becoming an adult, within 3 to 4 years, especially when they're in high school, like in this situation. Having a 37-year-old head basketball coach, come to you asking for nude pictures and all this crap. I mean, guys, this is just insane. It's insane. So we're going to go over to this article just so you can see what I'm talking about the teachers in this in the West Valley that I live in. It's just crazy to me, guys. So let's go over here to this article on the Inside Edition. Police arrest 3 Arizona teachers in same district, alleged sexual conduct with students aged 13, 15, and 17. In a statement announcing the arrest, the Buckeye Police Department said this is the 3rd arrest of a female sexual predator with ties to our local schools in less than a year. The Buckeye Police Department in Arizona arrested 23-year-old Alyssa Todd last week after investigating allegations she had inappropriate contact with a 15-year-old student at the Odyssey Institute for Advanced and International Studies High School. In a statement announcing the arrest, the Buckeye Police Department said this is the 3rd arrest of a female sexual predator with ties to our local schools in less than a year. It is the 3rd arrest in just 7 months, with the first occurring in September and the second in October. Todd's arrest came after a family member suspected the teacher of having inappropriate contact with a student at the public charter school and contacted authorities. A review of communications between the student and Todd, who at the time was a teacher and athletic coach at the school, as well as the collection of additional evidence, led investigators to believe that abuse had occurred on and off campus for at least 2 months, according to BPD. Todd, who is married, is now charged with 6 counts of sexual conduct with a minor and a single count of aggravated luring a minor for sexual exploitation, according to court records. She has not yet entered a plea, but will appear in Maricopa County Court on Wednesday for a status conference and return on Friday for a preliminary hearing. Her lawyer did not respond to a request for comment. In September, the BPD arrested another teacher at the same school. The arrest of Jessica Kramer occurred after a staff member at the school informed authorities about a possible inappropriate relationship between Kramer and a 17-year-old student at the school. After a months-long investigation, detectives presented their findings to a grand jury and alleged that Kramer, 42, and the teen had an inappropriate relationship between August and October 2022, according to BPD. Court records show that the grand jury then voted to indict Kramer on 5 counts of sexual conduct with a minor. Those same court records also show that Kramer has entered a not guilty plea to all charges, and the case is set to head to trial. 1 month after Kramer's arrest, the BPD took Diana Purvu into custody. The arrest of Purvu, much like Todd, came after a family member contacted authorities to say they suspected the inappropriate contact involving the teaching assistant at Imagine Schools and a 13-year-old boy, according to BPD. An investigation ensued, after which detectives alleged that several incidents of abuse occurred off campus involving Purvu and the alleged victim. Off campus. Purvu, 24, she's only 24, she's a freaking child herself, Lord Jesus, is now charged with 5 counts of sexual conduct with a minor after being indicted by a grand jury shortly after her arrest. She has entered a plea of not guilty to all charges. Her trial is set for June. I mean, guys, this is just insane. And these aren't even the only ones in the entire state. And I know Arizona's not the only state that have these things happening with the teachers, but it's in front of my face, being born and raised from here. I mean, I don't remember ever hearing about stuff like this when I was growing up. I mean, obviously, I was in high school. We didn't have, social media was out, but it's not like now. I mean, I bet if I had Twitter, and Twitter was what Twitter is now, back in 2007 to 2011, I probably would have heard something about these sort of things happening every once in a while. But this is just crazy, guys. This is crazy. We need to protect the kids. Protect the kids at all costs. They're the future of this country. Like, it just blows my mind that this is happening, and it's something that we should not be allowing in society. And that's the crazy thing, is like, we went from this ultra conservative society all the way up, until the 80s, 90s, really. And it really into the 90s. And when I was growing up, we were still in a very Republicanish, conservative society. And I thought it was a little too conservative, personally, because I'm an independent. But now, where we're at now, this is like we flipped everything in a 180 degree turn. And now it's like way too extremely liberal. Like, guys, like, what is this? We don't want society this liberal, okay? I want pedophiles locked up. I want child predators locked up and not in our goddamn schools. They do not belong anywhere near our kids where they spend most of their lives in their childhood at school. Come on, guys. I mean, I know I'm not the only one. I know everyone should be on my side about this. If anyone says anything different, then I'm going to be questioning you as a child predator myself, okay? Because everyone should be up in arms about what is being allowed and who is being allowed in our schools. Like, they pass background checks? I mean, I guess a 24-year-old would be able to pass a background check, but it is just insane how these type of people are allowed in the schools, you know? But again, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I know this is a crazy topic, especially if you're local to Arizona like I am. It's just something crazy that never thought I'd hear, especially about the Mr. Orange guy. And then when I looked into deeper and seeing teachers in my own area that are getting caught like this, like, wow, it's just insane. I'm glad they're getting caught. But the fact that this many are happening in less than a year in one district, come on, that's something's wrong there, guys. Something's wrong there. All right. But hey, I hope you guys have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Stay blessed out there, guys. And I'll see you on that next video.
Yeah.